Hello, everybody, and a warm welcome to this webinar, which is proudly presented by Advalent and Riversand. My name is Ben Rund from Riversand, and I'm truly very excited to host this today. What are we covering in this fantastic webinar?
Introduce myself or say a few words. Jasmin Quellmann. I'm with Beiersdorf for more than 10 years now, I guess, coming from the experience in marketing, digital marketing, and then took the challenge a few years ago to take over or to establish payment also done at Beiersdorf and setting this up. And then 1.5 years ago, we invented the Studio NX, where we decided to put the content, the processes, the tools together, which I'm leading with a small team, and which is all about, as Ben said, about global content creation and distribution, getting it to our consumer. Bayer is a provider of innovative and high-quality skincare products. We have a lot of brands, such as the most important one, NIVEA, which is the iconic brand that we have, but also Eucerin and 8x4 and Hansaplast and La Prairie. We also acquire new brands in the market, like a new G2 brand we have invented. And we have over 135 years of experience in skincare, so we are really the leading player. We are based in northern Germany, in Hamburg, and we have more than 20,000 employees worldwide in around 160 countries. We're listed in the German share index with a volume of around 7.5 billion. Main aspects in our digital strategy is to create a consumer experience. And this is also why we invented the NX NIVEA experience, where it's all about creating a seamless consumer experience to be able to build or create consumer intimacy. Because nowadays, the challenges in marketing, you might know them, but to highlight here some are about the consumer relevance. So how can we as a brand with our products still create relevance to the consumer? The average person is confronted up to 5,000–6,000 ads and promotions and information every day. So how do we as a skincare brand can get the consumer's attention and be relevant to him? It's increasingly difficult for us, and we need to find here a benefit to the consumer. The second point is about the changing behavior we have from our customers or consumers. So in the past, the normal person went into the shop, so they had first to select a shop, and then there was a salesperson being able to understand the needs and the requirement of the consumer and ask what he wants and what he's looking for. And then he could suggest the right product to the consumer. But now in online marketing, this radically has changed, right? We have the full world and thousands, hundreds of thousands of stores and products just in our pocket in this little mobile device. So we need to ensure that we are really be able to get chosen by the consumer anymore right now. The third challenge we have is about how the consumer is getting influenced. Saying with the smartphone, it's a really powerful device, and there's a lot of knowledge and peers in there, so consumers are getting a closer look into products and can share experience with each other and can give recommendations. So this is one of our biggest challenges, digitalization of the word-of-mouth propaganda. Have changed a lot, and the power to a consumer is stronger now in the digital age. I still believe that how a brand connect with the consumer is still the same on a very high level. Because we somehow need to get the attention of the consumer. And then we need to make them buy our products. And afterwards, we need to get them into the repurchase, that they love our product, buy our product again, or recommend our products. This has been the same when I was in university, and in my opinion, it's still the same. But what is that, and this is the strong belief I have, that we are not only selling physical products anymore in future, but on top we are selling experience. And this experience is a competitive advantage that we have in our marketing days. It's not longer enough to just offer a good product at a good or reasonable price. The consumer wants more. They want to be recognized and they want to experience the brand. And this is what we need to deliver. So what changed is that we are not talking about a mass communication right now, but we need to understand each single consumer, and we need to have a more personalized one-to-one communication with our consumer. It's not only about the product anymore, but the service that we can deliver on top. And we're changing from a B2B business where we always have the middleman, the retailer in between, more to a direct to the consumer. We want to talk directly to the consumer, and we can also sell our product and services directly to the consumer. We need data and technology. So we are coming, or if we want to connect with our consumers, if we want to have this one-to-one communication, we need to have content. And with this mass of content that we started already to produce, we need to have good systems in place to be able to store this kind of data. And this is for us and for our products mainly the DAM and the PIM. But we also need to understand our consumer, so we need to know who he is. This is what we do with the CRM. And we need to be able to have the technology to match those both things and to bring the consumer and our content, our product content, together. And this is where we mainly use a CMS and a PIM system. And then create this valuable consumer experience that we need. Because it's not only about having more content, it's about having content that does more for us. Because where we want to have to deliver the right product to that specific right consumer at the right time or the right touch point. And ideally, well, not ideally, we have to do that automized because it will be so much that we have to find a system and the automation process behind it. So we have to understand the consumer, and this is why we have created the so-called consumer journey. And along this journey, we actually offer 3 building blocks. We want to be visible, we want to be shoppable, and we want to be lovable. And content is needed along this whole journey and along all these building blocks and touch points. And we are really talking here about a huge mass because we have, for example, more than or almost 300 social channels. Just for NIVEA, we do have more than 70 local websites. So there's a lot of touch points that we have to deliver. And this is why we have invented, call it the magical flow. So this is where we are looking now at the level of the process and the tools, how we do it. Because we're starting with analyzing the market, the consumer, what are the relevant topics out there, what does the consumer want, what does they need to do. And we do that with Google Analytics or with DMP. And then we are starting producing the right content. So we have an own studio, an in-house studio, where we are starting to produce pictures and videos, and also the text and the attributes. And this is where we then store this all in PIM and DUM as a one single point of truth for all our product information for PIM, and also all our digital assets, not only for online, but also for TV, for everything in the DUM. And then we use a syndication platform, Product Up, to be able to spread this information from PIM and DUM towards our own shops or towards retailer, to all the different applications that we have to reach our consumer. And we also have a kind of social media management platform where we use Sprinkler to be able to manage the social channels with content as well. So to write content in this more personalized way, we really need, as I said, a huge amount of content. So we estimate that we need 5 times more content that we do produce right now. And for this, we have different initiatives invented already or looking into it. So the one is the in-house content studio, where we are really producing with a fixed team mood images, social media images for e-commerce, for any kind of touch points. But we also have a huge crowd out there, and we are a beloved brand. So people out there are creating content already for us. And we make use of this content, of this user-generated content, which is out there. So we take this, we spread it, we post it on our own channels. So we are taking what is already out there and spread the message from our consumers. We are also experimenting with AI to be able to create text, copy text automatically. And our newest kit is the PackShot Creator, where we are able to generate pack shots also in a way more automated way. And I show you the studio, the content studio, and the PackShot Creator now a little bit more in detail. We can, where you can see now some examples what we are producing. So it's really about mood images for social, but also good content to show the product and to be able to deliver on the perfect PDP, how we call it, like the product detail page, where we want to really be able to get the attention of the consumer and product. Similar as we used to have that in the offline world. So we are trying to show them the pack shot from every side. We are trying to show them the inside of the bottle, the texture, the ingredients, to really have also online the same experience about the product than they might have with a tester in the offline world. And this is also where we have already very good experience with sharing it with the retailers. So they are also taking our content to show it on their shops, on their social channels, so that we have the same experience for the consumer, not only on our own websites, but also on retailer websites. The initiative on the content creation is a PackShot generator, where we are able, with a 3D model, to come up with pack shots from all angles, from all sides, consistent through all our countries, with the right pack shots. So this is really where we have now the big advantage of being way more efficient in the creation of artworks, of pack shots, which is a huge invest for us, because, or also a big business case for us, because we have local products in each market. So we are not selling the one global product in all markets, but for sure with the languages, with some kind of promotions, we have in each single country a different product. And the effort we have so far in creating the pack shots for e-commerce is dramatically. And with this tool, we are able to do that way more efficient. We have a really nice consistency and a high quality pack shots. And even more important, we can provide more pack shots. Because right now we often only have the front side pack, but as I said, the consumer is demanding more pack shots, and they really and we also want that they experience the product. So we need to deliver more pack shots from any side, maybe from the inside, the folding box as well as the jar. And this is where the tool helps us. Additionally, with this tool, we are also able to generate specific backgrounds or specific angles, whatever the retailer is requiring. And this we can do fully automized, because we are starting with artwork process, which is a label that's getting produced. And based on this, we're just putting that artwork over a 3D shape. And then the pack shot is automatically saved in the DOM with all the meta text behind it. And it's also connected with a PIM. So this is already where we have a really nice example of a fully integrated process between content creation and content distribution. So we looked at very nice content and stunning assets. And let's look at the other side now and how we get it to the consumer. And here I would like to have 4 main tools for us. The first one is the PIM, the Product Information Management, where we store all our marketing product information at this one single point of truth, where we are using, obviously, Riversand. And we do have the DAM, the Digital Asset Management, where we're really storing all assets that we have worldwide from any agency, from anything that got produced, stored in this system, which is shared here. Another very important tool for us is the syndication platform, which is Product Up, which helps us to get the data out of the system and map the different data, or the data we have on PIM with the data model of the different retailers or whatever target system. And we do have a separate tool for the social media management, which is Sprinkler. And I think this is a very important point for us, because we are a unique brand, a famous brand. We used to create already good content. We are creating now really good content. And it's always a hassle and a huge manual effort for us to get the data to the consumer. And this is where this process and these tools are helping us a lot, because we are storing the data in PIM and DAM. We consolidate it on Product Up, where we then only need to do the mapping with a target system, and then we are able to spread the data to any kind of retailer platform, to our own shops and our own websites, for any kind of applications. We have, for example, chatbots on Facebook that are using PIM feeds. We do have a skin coach that analyzes your skin and gives you recommendations on products, especially for your skin type. So these are all the systems that we are using that gets the feed from PIM. This is the ecosystem to give you the most interesting use cases we have for PIM. So as I said, it's about the skin coach, where we analyze the skin of the consumer by taking a picture of the skin and asking some question, and then there's a product recommendation. We do have Yotpo as a software who helps us to manage the rating and reviews, and this is also something which gets a PIM feed on product information. We are working on QR codes on each single pack, who then also is feeded by our PIM. We do have a business-to-business platform where we are selling our products, which also gets the feed from PIM. So this is an extract of the ecosystem and the use cases we have with PIM. So to sum this up, our key objectives on PIM are really about, coming back to the building blocks, be visible. It's really about being found or not found. Because in PIM, we give now our product also a structure and giving the template of all the information that should come with a product. Because if we have not tagged and not search optimized tags and product information to our products, we are just not getting found on Google or on Amazon, which is really crucial for us. Second point is about the digital shelf opportunity. And I am not sure, but I think the video is not playing. But it's supposed to show the product detail page of Amazon, where we are really showing a lot of pack shots, where we are showing the full experience about the usage, about the daily routine, about the brand. So we are really using this digital shelf not only as e-commerce anymore, but really also as marketing. And this is also where the content can help us to play this and use this as a marketing tool. Point is about this personalization aspect and being able to deliver the right product, to predict what the consumer wants and what would be the right product, to understand where he is. And one big topic, for example, is here the whole transparency topic, where consumers also want to understand more about where the product comes from, where the ingredients come from, what it is in there, if it is vegan or halal. And also these kind of technologies and data helps us to be able to deliver on this demand from the consumer. Yeah, that's it so far from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jasmin. That was really fantastic. And I clearly need to continue testing the skin coach. So that I find the right recommendation for myself.
It also works for men, yeah.
Thank you very much. Very good.
I think you can find it easily on the German NIVEA DE website.
Yeah, please, I'll invite everyone to try this out, please. So you mentioned more than 300 social channels and, for example, 70 websites for so many different countries. And as you're a truly global brand and company, can you help your peers with a few recommendations when this such a process up? How do they roll this out into a global organization with many, many countries?
Mm-hmm. I think one of our smart moves here was that we really defined a global data model and having a global data governance, but allowing a local flexibility in some kind of fixed framework. Because it really kept things simple for us, because we had this one global data model that applied for every country and for every brand, but we allowed some kind of flexibility to be able to deliver on the local needs. And I think this really helps us to keep things simple and roll it out quickly, but also being able to deliver on the special requirements they had. The second point is about change management. So we took a big invest here to have a proper change process in place, and it's really worth it. Because for us, it's also a big change in marketing, that marketeers are now not only responsible for the colorful pictures, but that they are really starting looking into data and maintaining a system or maintaining data. And the change process we had was really about analyzing the full environment in each country and understanding and identifying the specific benefits and use cases they would have. Clearly show the target, the goal of it, and then outline really for each single person the benefits of this tool and this infrastructure. And also a lot of trainings, like not only a tool training on how they use the tool, but a kind of holistic training to show them how important e-commerce is, how important a product detail page is and how important content is to get found on the internet, to get the consumer convinced, and showing them the full picture of how they can write good content, how they can write search-optimized content, and then at the end how they put that into the system and how the system can also help them to handle this huge amount of product, how they can efficiently make use of this huge amount of content that they have to manage it easily in a system.
Got it. I think that is truly very, very helpful, right? The one thing is the governance you talked about, but also the change and winning not only the heart, but also the adoption of all the employees which are affected by this process.
Yeah.
I actually probably have one last question which just came up to me. Fantastic process you have laid out here. And can you maybe, as a closing, spend maybe just 1 minute on what is next, or what is the vision to take that consumer experience further, or even to the next level in the future? What are the big things which are driving you there?
Yeah, I think very concrete, the next steps are on increasing the amount of content and the quality of the content. So this is something where we are still working on and put a lot of effort into it. We have now a KPI dashboard where we are measuring the so-called PIM quality score for each country and for each category to ensure that we get more content and that we especially get better content, like really high quality content. And like on a more long-term perspective, that's for me the personalization. So there are yet many steps to do and to go, like two special things, like also we need to have a lot of content and good content in place to do though, but also we need to understand the consumer and we need to get the group of the consumer. Right now we are thinking in big target groups, and we need to get this smaller and smaller, and we need to be able to identify the consumer throughout different channels, to be also able to follow the consumer on the journey. And this is then where when we have both things, we need to bring that together to really build on this personalization aspect, that we come one point to this one-to-one thing. Yeah, and I mean also the retailer connection is something where we are still working on, where we have right now in the market a lot of middlemen like Brandbank in the UK, SkiVantage, Salsify. So there are many platforms, Alchemix in France, where we have this syndication platforms which we have connected right now with PIM, who then spread the information to different retailers. And I can also imagine that we come more to a one-to-one connection with the retailers to be able to eliminate the middleman and also to have a data exchange on both kind of sides, because the more I want to have this personalization and this one-to-one communication, I also need to have the information on the retailer side to be able to bring that information that specifically to that specific user.
Excellent. Thank you really very, very much, Jasmin, for your time today. I think it was a fantastic story, and hope all of you joiners have enjoyed that too. And wherever you are, from my side, I'm wishing you a fantastic day. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.